Yep.
Welcome back, everybody. If you're just tuning in, this is Unpaid Invoices. I am your girl, Kiera Webster.
And I am Danique Nashay.
And like I said, this is Unpaid Invoices. This is where creatives are figuring it out in real time. Come, because it's a safe space. And we're talking literally everything between boundaries, business, and literally anything you can think of because we get it, okay? And we actually have a very special guest today.
You got a big dog in the building. I don't even know if y'all already know.
So we're
You
gonna
can say that
bring
again.
Of course.
Period. So yes, without further ado, we would love to introduce one of our first guests for the season is Mr. Leondre Lattimore. Welcome to the show.
Hello, everyone. Cue the applause.
The applause.
sound.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Yay!
What's the
Yeah.
Exactly.
But yes, welcome. So
Thank you.
we start every show off by asking everyone how they are. And so I'd love to ask you, sir, how are you?
I'm good. I'm doing pretty good, actually. I can't complain. Right into the holiday season, so I get a little bit of a break from work and some other busy stuff. Gives me an excuse not to work on anything for a minute, and that's always needed especially after a long year. You get to the end of the year, sometimes you just gotta take some time to reflect and just relax a little bit. So that's the mode that I'm in right now.
For sure. I would agree.
Understand. I am Gucci, kind of the same thing. I'm trying to wrap up loose ends, specifically this portfolio project and its branding identities for the next couple of weeks, so I can go ahead and hit the ground running in 2026 with a couple of positions that I got my eye on. So
Ooh.
yeah, I'm trying to set it up. Trying to set it up.
That's exciting.
I'm coming for you. I'm coming for everything in 2026. Y'all gonna hate me.
I feel the suspense.
Y'all are gonna be like, where the hell was this girl at? Y'all can't escape her.
Oh my
Yes.
gosh, please, need 24/7, as it should be, man.
Right. How are you, friend?
I'm good. Similar energy that you guys are on, just closing out the end of the year. Just figuring out too, like, some finalizing, I guess, some of the goals. I think definitely for sure is one of the things I've been working on as we go into the New Year's, because I know on New Year's Day I really want to like finalize my vision board. I want to make sure it has all of the things and it has all of the right things.
And it's detailed and it's specific, and we on the bullseye. We're not playing, okay?
Correct. So yeah, I'm just
I asked for a job. I asked for a specific number. I asked for a person. It's a specific individual, okay?
Yeah.
Specific.
It has been working these past couple of years, so I'm gonna continue with that tradition of really just detailing out. But you have to ask yourself sometimes, like, what are your goals? What do you want to actually do? And mine shifted just a teach, not a lot, but when you find out new information or new pathways and avenues that you want to pursue, you kind of have to, shift up some stuff. So that's basically it. But yeah, that was the intro, essentially, my friend. That was it. We gonna get into my favorite segment, which is opening up some tabs. Every creative has a bajillion tabs open usually, and so we're gonna open up a few and see what's going on in the world. First things first, I'm gonna just start this one off because it did kind of make me a little upset. We're not getting Avatar: The Last Airbender in theaters no more, and that's really upsetting me and my homegirls.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
It's already out of theaters. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, like before its release date, they've already said it is no longer going to be in theaters anymore. It is now going to Paramount Plus exclusively.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Well, that sucks. But I mean, that's just the kind of times we in with that stuff.
Yeah, well,
Heavy on the boo.
Hey, hate it or love it. It's, what I'm saying. It's just we're seeing that more and more.
I'm going to continue to hate it. The reason I hate it is because
I'm not mad at that.
and no, the reason I say that is because it's messing up the structure and stuff. I wouldn't hate it if there were things in the back end that, as the industry is changing, like similarly to like, oh, we're getting AI. Maybe we should have some AI laws, right? That's
I'm gonna have to follow like kind of immediately, if I'm being honest. Like that's probably gonna be what we see in 2026. To be honest, like we're having people like kind of yoke themselves over AI. We're having people take other people's pictures and make stuff with their faces.
I would hope so, but again, I get concerned because there's tech people behind a lot of these now larger companies. Warner Brothers just got sold to Netflix / Paramount. They're still working out that deal of whatever. And Netflix's CEO basically said, we don't want y'all in the theaters anyway. So then I'm thinking that changes everything from how, as a producer, how do we distribute? It's not an easy feat to get on Netflix. It's not an easy feat to get on Prime. The only place you genuinely probably could go to is Tubi. That is more of a streamlined indie type of way as you're first coming up. You then now have to have a heavy hitter actor or a heavy hitter director on your thing to build notoriety to even get on any of those platforms. It's changing the dynamic on the back end, and that's what I
mean,
don't
yeah,
fuck with.
I definitely
That
see
part
that
of it
being
is
more
not
affecting of like your stuff. I see
Yeah.
how, yeah.
Yeah.
I
And
mean,
just
because
as a
I'm on.
producer,
I
I'm
mean, and
thinking
it kind of.
like, I
To
don't
be
know
honest
where
with
that
you, I
goes
should be
now.
worried too. A little bit. I'm not gonna lie. AI is not at the point where you can make decent graphics. I'm sorry. I don't think it'll ever really get to that point where the shit looks.
They
That's
working
just
on
me
it
right now. Yeah, they working on it.
They
And I asked
working
my
on
God
it.
to come down and swipe all of that that they
Yeah,
got.
It just
I hate AI art.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, and you can tell when it is that. So it's like as long as you can still tell that it is that, I feel like humans in art will always be needed.
My concern is that the children
Absolutely.
are not able to. Like, if the parents are not making sure, like, you remember how we was in school when we was like, obviously the internet was like pretty fresh, and we had to be told how to
Don't go to certain sites.
Yeah,
and
like
all that
what
other stuff.
sites are credible, what sites are this. I feel like the younger generation, yes, we have that. And I'll give even maybe like 1-2 remove, like maybe up until 2005 kids. They maybe have gotten those last vestiges of like, us, what we got. These are the little cracker jacks, but I don't know about these children. They can't read,
I
they
mean,
can't write, they
yeah,
can't arithmetic.
it's
It's getting scary, and I don't know. Yes,
Oh, can I touch on something that really bothers me with AI that I'm just like, what? The other day I was talking, there's like this notion that it's automatic AI if there's an M dash. And I'm like, respectfully, do y'all not use M dashes?
Wait, what?
Do you know that? So like basically, so so when you type in AI when it comes to like certain things, you know what an M dash is, right?
Right.
You don't? Okay, Kier. So M dash basically is imagine a dash, literally is all that. It's like a longer dash. It's like literally it's called an M dash because it's the length of the letter M. Um or width, whatever. Basically, AI, when you ask it to do something, number one, there's hidden characters, obviously, for them to identify that it is AI. But it's also like when people ask AI to make up these like, like, oh, make this post, make this blah blah blah, this excerpt real quick for me to speak on it. Sometimes, if not most times, when they ask them to do that, it like I don't know why. I'm assuming it's just trying to reflect like human dialect or flow in speech, and they will throw M dashes in like certain places in like the text. So people have now reduced that like if anyone is using an M dash, 90% of
It's
it may be
like
that it may be
AI.
AI.
All of it's AI.
And I'm like, respectfully, hold on.
Yeah, no.
Because the M dash is used for positives. I don't know if y'all remember in English. I don't know if I'm speaking out of turn, but I'm like,
that's kind of the problem now is like things don't mean the things that they mean anymore because of new things.
Right.
And I don't understand why that is a thing. Like, why would you take the new thing as law versus what has already been established for eons? That makes no sense to me.
It literally is a signal of an interruption or a positive something or extra. It's extra emphasis, and it's like I've noticed that certain people when they see it, they will just automatically call it AI, and I'm like, respectfully, you guys, have y'all never used the M dash? Because I use them, and I would be annoyed if somebody was like, "That's AI," and it's like, actually, I just use that. Like,
Golly, man, people are not reading.
it's like,
At all.
I'm like, what? I seen someone respond to Miss, you know who I'm talking about, Kira. Dre, you might not. But the concept of Pauline, whatever, she had made that and literally why I thought of it, she made a kind of like a statement, and in her statement was an M dash. And somebody automatically was like, that's AI. And I was like, but is it though? Because that actually like
Yeah, see,
like,
I
is
feel like
it?
there has to be like other indicators other
For
than like
her, I could easily see it being a little bit more for like I can see you doing it. I'm not gonna lie. But dang, like, have we just reduced M dash to just mean AI? Like, I use those, guys.
People are.
I want to say, I think it's okay to give people the benefit of the doubt. Hopefully,
And it
it's
was
like,
only
sure,
one
we
M dash
can
that
all
they
read
said.
and write.
It was only one, and they were like, AI. I was like, damn, is
Could
it?
be. I don't know.
Right.
That's concerning.
That's like seeing a semicolon and being like AI. Like, whoa, is
Boy,
it though?
but I'm not gonna lie though, there are some things that you can tell, like the use of the emojis and all that stuff in people's captions, or like just certain wording and tone. You can kind of start to pick that up of like, oh, this is AI, or you utilize AI as like a resource.
Yeah, it's like a
and you just-
robotic tone. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Speaking of robots who don't make no sense, apparently there's a bitch out here who's a country singer. No, I'm just playing. Let me stop. She's a country singer, and her name is Alexis Wilson, and she is apparently dating our great, awesome FBI director, Kash Patel. And she's a singer. And so one thing that she was on the Rolling Stones talking about is how she's getting a bunch of streams every time he's in the news. And it's really affected her career.
Oh, God. Okay.
And I was just thinking, why did the Rolling Stones interview this bitch? First of all, she's in a Henley shirt. Look like she just pulled off the random white girl off the street. And they pulled her and said, hey, sit down and do this interview with her.
Bye.
That's what she looked like. Like, I'm not even, like, she's not ugly. I'm not meaning that in her appearance, but it's,
regular.
she looked very regular, and it's like, then you come in here and get proud that you're dating someone who is quite literally ruining our country.
You like a broken arrow type of girly.
What she said.
She like,
You want to see what she look like? I'll see what she look like, bro. This girl looks. She doesn't. She looks.
did they just like announce that they were together or something?
Apparently, they've been together for like a while. I didn't even know he had a girlfriend.
The reason why we're supposed to care, I guess, is that
I don't know. Again, why I'm asking Rolling Stone, why did you do this article?
It was just a lob.
Who was supposed to give to? First of all, I never heard about this girl ever in my days. Okay. Secondly, she sings the genre, I'm only listening to the greats. And you don't seem to be one of the greats in country. So
I'm honestly surprised Kash Patel still has a job. I'm surprised he hasn't been fired yet.
Man,
and yeah,
what I was gonna say, I would have had to bleep out. So I'm gonna save myself the trouble of not saying it. So
Okay. Yeah.
right.
It's okay.
Like, ooh,
What's understood don't have to be said. It's okay.
what they say.
Exactly.
Wink, wink.
Yeah, like what?
And like I guess a little bit more sassier news. Pierce Bronson. You know who Pierce Bronson is, right?
I surely don't.
Yeah, you do. James Bond. So think black and white movies, James Bond, and then our era of James Bond outside of Daniel Craig.
That's the only one I remember.
Okay, never mind then. Do you know who Pierce Bronson is?
I'm like, definitely.
Say that name again.
Pierce Bronson. He was the last James Bond before the one Daniel Craig.
Oh, okay, yes. I had
Okay.
to pull his picture up. Yeah, I know who this is. Although I can say, like, I don't remember him looking like this.
I mean, he's old. He's older. He's
No, for sure.
he's
He
very
look good with all the gray hair.
he does. He looks very good for his age. I'm not gonna lie. Pierce Bronson looks very good for his age. Obviously, there has been a lot of talks about what's going to happen with the James Bond franchise, right? I know a lot of actors a couple of years ago were in the bidding process. I know Damson Idris Elba. A lot of people. I know. I have even heard. What's his name? Who was just in the movie? He's dating Tiana Taylor. I can't think.
Aaron Pierre. I knew he was gonna say him because I think that they were trying to get him to.
The other guy from Bridgerton was also in talks at one point.
I see him more than I see Aaron Pierre, the Bridgerton guy. But I also see Damson.
Yeah.
Damson.
Yeah.
I also see him. Now Idris, I need. Here's the thing about Idris. He got a couple of little movies that he's been in within the last 2-3. They haven't been good. So I'm gonna say no to you because that's a no. Like, but I definitely think Damson will be a good. I think he would be good.
I think
really good. I think he embodies
he's young enough
swagger.
as well.
But I also think he embodies the swagger. I think Aaron Pierre doesn't necessarily. I think he has a swagger about him, but I don't think it's like James
Bondy swagger. Yeah, no, I would agree.
Yeah.
I would agree with that. I think he would be the better choice. But in all of that to say, because there has been a lot of like bringing back characters, like obviously the trailer for the Avengers Doomsday dropped today.
I'm gonna have to keep that.
Bring it back, Steve Rogers. I don't want to talk about it.
What's that about? y'all wonder, you know?
Because they
Like,
want
that's
to
the
do this
problem.
stupid arc, and I don't necessarily care for it because we were supposed to get Secret War, and it does look like we might get Secret War, but like it's not gonna be the proper Secret War that I would prefer, and it's not gonna be the comic book. So at this point, throw it away. Okay.
That, but
No, throw it away. Ain't nobody asked for this shit. If you're gonna do Doomsday, you at least should do Doomsday properly. I don't know why they gave us what they gave us in Fantastic Four, which you didn't like.
was as on a plate.
I
Oh
also
my
feel like
God.
there's this thing, and I've said this before in previous episodes, that I'm quite frankly very tired of, which is continuously bringing back these same actors for franchises that they've been in for 15 plus years. Now, here's the other side of it that I do understand. It's shaky as in Hollywood right now. And even those niggas don't have a job. The niggas you've seen on movie screens for years are now on what? Television screens, because they're paying. Everybody has to have a job. One thing about acting that I don't think a lot of people realize on that side of is, yes, you could be very rich, but bitch, if you didn't save your money properly, you need the next gig. You need the next gig to get you where you need to be. And so it's making it very hard for new talent, especially when there's this whole IP yada yada yada. We've talked about it multiple times. If you haven't, go listen to the last episode. It is just simply frustrating because this man Pierce Bronson was asked, would you go back to the James Bond franchise? And this man
I just don't get why.
He said, I don't really want to answer that question. I'm not going to answer that question because I don't give a Why would I waste my time thinking about where James Bond will be at during Christmas?
So real. such a transparent king. Because why is you asking me stupid questions?
I don't even know what he was doing. Like, I'm curious, like, what was it? Was he doing press or something? Like, why would you ask this man? He's not involved.
They're also in the midst of trying to find a new one. So why would you go back to the person before? Clearly, there was not
two people before. Matter of fact, because Piers was before Daniel Craig. That's two people behind. But this is again what I'm saying. Like, I just don't really. I am very much against this mode that they are in right now of keeping a lot of old actors because they carry a weight with their name. And thus, that means audiences. That is not how you do this, bro. Like, imagine, just walk with me, right? Imagine if RDJ or some of the Zendaya, I'll even go to Zendaya, just for giggles for the people. Imagine if Zendaya hadn't walked that pipeline from Shake It Up to where she is now. Imagine if we didn't get Jacob Elordi and all of the people who were in the last, what is that, Euphoria. It's been so damn long, I don't even remember the name of the show. But
and they still be coming out with that. Like, this, what, next year? I don't know what time, though. But
HBO let that man do whatever. So I'm sure whenever Netflix or Paramount buys, whenever they buy Warner Brothers, they're going to see his ledger and be like, damn, this is how much Euphoria cost. And it's all going to be because of him. And they're going to have to assume that debt. And that's just on them. But yes, I personally, I would like new faces. I want to see new talent on our screens. Like, I would like to have that cultivated of them figuring out their craft. Like, some stories don't just need to have the same people. Some stories don't do justice. Some actors don't do justice to stories. And that, for me, I feel like is where casting is. So that's just my little rant on that because I can't stand all that shit.
I love the James Bond series, and I'm very much a fan of Jameson getting it. Like, if he gets it, I think he's just such a good embodiment of it. Like, we've seen him obviously in
I feel like F1 did it for me. I was like, yeah, he's gonna.
I still haven't even seen F1. Still haven't even seen F1, but I feel like he does a really good job at embodying quiet power.
Yes.
Like, we've seen that even with the Franklin Saint character until obviously he got too much dip on his shit.
Right. That's a good point, though. I like that reference.
He has like a very, I don't know,
very debonair, very suave. I feel like
very
all
suave,
adjectives that you would associate.
Yeah, I just don't see it for anybody else.
Bond characters.
Correct. James Bond was a smooth, like, he didn't have to try too hard. He's getting all of
effortlessly,
the things,
man.
Yeah, and I feel like all of the other guys are not going.
And action. It was the stunts too, and I feel like Domson can do his own stunts. I know he did a lot of his own stunts for F1 as well. So, I think it's coming down the pipeline. You know, obviously the powers that be behind the scenes have to move and do and say yes.
And he with Lori. Boy, he gonna get that.
It just depends on when they're gonna do it. I do know, this is just my prediction. I've seen a lot of movies here that had slates that were pushed back due to the strike now move back up. However, next year is also a contract year. So these don't get the contract that is needed for some of these unions, excuse me, it's gonna be another strike year, and that will push everything back. So
let's only hope that it goes correctly or everything smoothly.
Boy, I bet Giveon wish everything went smoothly for his tiny desk, but
let's talk about that for real. Opening up this tab, Giveon.
Man, he catching strays.
Oh,
Good Lord.
Giveon.
you like to open up tabs with nice smooth segues.
Giveon. You need to give it up. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Oh man.
However, I have seen this take. So if you guys do not know, Giveon just had a recent NPR Tiny Desk concert. Anybody who knows the real deal, NPR is a good showcase on people's
Live
actual
singing.
talent.
Yeah,
Yeah, and if they're
live
able,
vocals.
correct. And I've heard talk with him over the last couple of years that I've seen so many takes with he sound like he got something like a biscuit caught in his throat. Somebody said. I heard somebody else say it sound like he got a cough or he need a burp. He sound like he holding in a burp.
I've seen a
said,
frog.
all right,
I've seen the frog. in his
Yeah.
throat,
Someone else said he sound like Maya Angelou. I said, all right, bro.
Oh my God, please.
There's been multiple trying to roast him. These are other people's takes. Because at the time when I was seeing him, I was like, damn, like, is he
I
that
don't feel
bad?
like that. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe the studio engineer is really doing his wonders. Because
I was like,
I'd be listening to his music and he'd be
I during the time loved what is it? What's the song where he's saying like you won't get over me, basically, like I'm your best or something? I don't know.
I think it is I'm your best or something like the best or something with the word best in it.
Anyway, something of that sort. But to me, he has obviously he touches on certain type of emotions. I think he's a good or decent artist in that aspect. But I've seen a lot of people talk that they just don't like his voice, and I feel like that Maya Angelou one was just whoa, like because everybody knows how she sounds. Everybody knows, that's OG.
Like to be.
Oh, stop. Oh my gosh. And so they're saying that he sounds like that. And this recent NPR Tiny Desk did not help the haters at all. He was like, sometimes
it's because he started flat. And here's the thing.
He started with the talking. He was like, sometimes I wish you knew.
But that's the thing though, is he did it flat. It was all flat. And so when he was you could see it visually in his eyes. He was trying to find the note and to like hear it. And I have to give him credit for that. At least you knew, but then you still did the thing that every person has to do. The show must go on. You can't stop and be like right from the top, nigga. That's not the studio. You have to just keep going. And so in that regard, I will give him that. I haven't watched all of it, so I don't know if it got any better after like.
I have seen some clips though where he's singing a couple other tracks and.
It's not better.
It got a smidge better, but not that much better to where you could be like.
If "Like I Want You" was the first song he started with, and he just was flat, and then it just.
I'm wondering how them notes sounded at the top because I ain't hear that one. I just only heard the.
Nah, bro. He was trying to find it. He knew it. I feel like you could. Me personally, I feel like I could see in his eyes that he knew, but he was not also trying to convey. And
I think everybody who's not an actual
crazy.
Right.
I've seen it in his eyes. I feel like anybody you can tell with a motherfucker flat and they trying to find a note.
Well, I was gonna say I think they also people in general just know their vocal ability. Like respectfully, Mariah the Scientist is a prime example right now. She is on tour. Shout out my girlie. Sometimes you just make it very hard to be a fan. I'm not gonna hold you. Gots to be honest with you.
Did we talk about that last episode?
I don't think we did. But Mariah, you already know how I feel about Mariah. I've been and said her pen game is crazy. It don't even matter if she can't sing fully. Even if she decided to drop it, she will be able to shop her songs. That's how good I feel like her.
So then stay a songwriter or no? Because at that point you're just a songwriter. You're not a artist.
Well, honestly, if I'm being honest, I just think she needs vocal lessons. I think she's trying to get in a you know what I'm saying,
but if you're on a massive tour and you've had all this build up to your
I'm not agreeing. I definitely thought she would have got one at some point.
You wasn't on the treadmill with Kim Burrell, like come on now.
No.
She would have Beyonce boot camp if y'all got to. Like, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like the girlies are not taking the old recipes, opening up the books.
I think also you got to think about it like in the
mac and cheese. Like that's what I need them to do. Like I need.
What the problem is that people not growing up singing in church no more.
And I was gonna say that.
I
but,
mean, and that's
some people get
definitely, I
real.
definitely feel that as well. But I will also attribute it because I got like even in situations like this, like Giveon and Mariah, and there's a couple other people. I'm like, you just really need to. It's like you have breathing issues, and it's not to say that you can't sing or can't blah blah blah. But when you consistently keep not controlling your breath, then that's ultimately what everybody's going to reduce to. I think
Correct.
sometimes Mariah, she's had moments where she stays in a pocket, and I think she honestly needs to be in a lower pocket is what I feel like.
But that's what going to a vocal coach would
right.
help
And
her
I don't know why it
realize.
hasn't happened yet because I mean the girl has the
Or
access
even
to
when
archives and
when
more.
she's sick, like that's what I feel like. All of like Beyonce and all of them, like all had a vocal coach. Yes, they knew they had the natural talent, but when you're doing tours and you're moving and you're doing all this, like that's why I tell people like I have always respected the K-pop artists. Not this new generation, so don't count me on them because I know them niggas can't sing right now. But the old K-pop girly pops, okay, baby, they was on them stage belting and also hitting the boom cat cats. So I feel like if you knew you was going on tour, you knew you was gonna have this rollout, and you knew all of this because I'm sure you were in those meetings, boo boo. Then you should have probably been like, hey, just out of curiosity, who's a really good vocal coach in Atlanta? I don't think that would have took you no time to figure that out. And at this point, you can't be mad when people boo. Like you cannot be upset, bro. Like go get a vocal coach. It's not. That's what frustrates me is because I am a fan. Outside,
No, and I can get that for sure
it's
because
like right there, and then you just
because I think and to piggyback off what you said and even what Dre of the idea of like y'all are not in maybe smaller spaces of singing before y'all catapult to stardom. I think the first show that Mariah did was Lollapalooza.
festival. Yeah, she said it was a festival. I was literally gonna say.
And I was like, how the hell? How did
we don't
you
have
even get that?
A&Rs anymore, bro? We don't have A&Rs anymore. They don't get the A&R period. You just get through and everything because if you remember correctly too, she was thrown into everything. She had all them festivals. Then she was doing concerts, and I think she put out that next album probably like what, maybe a year later.
You talking about the one right now or the one before this one?
The one before this one. It was like
I don't know because I didn't really care for that one. That was when I was like, oh, we about to hear about Thug. I don't want to hear this.
I didn't know she was with Thug, so I was unawares.
I knew she was with Thug when she made Walked In.
I like to live in the land of the Lulu and not care. Still not.
Thug putting a light-skinned beauty in front of Thug is like putting a rare medium steak in front of
a lion.
It's full. Boy, like what it is. Then come on now. You gotta know when you surrounded by
touch on it real quick. I'm not gonna say nothing more or nothing less on that shit. But one thing I will say is that I just feel like if you're gonna allow someone to steal your limelight at your show, the most they can do is put the ring on your finger.
Well, here's the thing, that wasn't her show.
I don't give a f you're proposing. It's my show now. Guess what?
Oh,
it's my show now.
You gotta remember that was his festival. That was his festival that he threw, and she was one of the artists. He came out there.
I do not give two raggedy dams. I still feel like
you need to bleep that out.
No, I'm gonna leave it right in. It's gonna get bleeped out on Spotify. No, it's getting staying right in. I do not care.
Oh my gosh.
I really don't. I genuinely don't. I don't care if it was Jesus' festival and Jesus was right there. You should have at least did something, bro, because you made her look stupid. And now all her fans made her look stupid because everybody's literally talking crap about you. Any nigga with eyeballs, Dre, and I'll let you even speak on this as a man with a penis.
As a man with a, because like what else would he? Well, you know what? We're in different times.
Correct, and that's why I'm like, why are y'all acting?
You're right.
As a man with a penis, and you seen this layup as he just came out of jail, do you not feel like this was a setup? Yes or no?
Oh, of course.
Okay,
I was already told Danique, before this that if I was in the crowd, I would have been yelling at her.
I thought you'd heard that randomly in the crowd, like in people's videos, you'd have heard that randomly. Like, who said that? Like, you'd have heard it.
Well, it was like Joe in the Medea movie when he had the sign in the window. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Yeah, hold that mug up. Abort.
Boy, if I would have had a sign, I would have got a Sharpie. Give me a Sharpie
really quick. Stop.
No, don't do it. The reason I also say this, and I'll bring it in from a creative perspective, you are at the precipice of your career.
In Mariah,
and that man is going to impregnate you.
He's going to try his hardest. Here's the thing about it, and that's what I said.
We taking Plan Bs, Similac, whatever you can, mugwort root. You better be drinking whatever.
Let his wee even get near you, girl. At this point, wait until the tour because he's going to try. He already had a moment where he had said, which I thought was very craft, whatever. I can't even think of the word right now, but it was very like, yeah, like he was like, somebody, an interviewer or somebody asked him something, and he was like, I just put a baby in her last night. And it was like,
so you're telling us about your sex lives. Oh, wow. How great. I now know you have.
What can we expect from a man who had multiple different women on his, his jail cell?
And let's talk about that
because honestly, I think that's ultimate
dummy. You're looking like his best and biggest.
What do I tell you? I try not to be a man's favorite dummy. Yeah.
I don't know. It's really disheartening. And like I said, as a fan, as someone who has been a fan before her meteoric rise, this is just really disheartening.
Bro, yes.
I feel like you're going to allow him to really shift your career. And you're like almost oblivious to it. I don't want to say she's oblivious to it, but I
honestly don't even think she's oblivious to it. I think she is typical Scorpio mode. She think that she know what she doing and blah, 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 and da-da-da.
And when you're baby mama number 9.5 3/4, well then, hey, I don't know what to tell you. You and Harry Potter can go on down the road.
I'm not gonna lie.
I'm so tired, bro.
I'm not gonna lie. Not to even bring this up, but a fixed sign's love is very, it's gonna take a minute for her to come up off of him. And they are both fixed signs, so I'm curious to see how it goes. To be honest,
yo, man, come on now.
I mean, they not. They ain't worth the lick or nothing. Everything is very just a foot in the wind can shift their energy. You just never know. Here's another thing I think he's ultimately going to do, and I hope this actually doesn't happen to my good sis. So everybody is praying for you, girl. That's why all your fans don't want this for you, is that he's going to fake because I get what she's doing, and I understand she outwardly said that she wanted to be engaged and everything else before she even got into that. But if you are a real, what is it, Mariah saying? You know that this girl has always wanted a family. She's a family girl. She's always said that she wants a family. So I think he, unfortunately, has the capacity to take advantage of it. Will he? Yeah, I will try to give grace, but at the same time, I just think that it's one of them things where it's like, I really feel like any women and any man too, when your person comes up to a point or gets to a point where they have started to hit their goals, they're reaching it, they're gaining momentum, they're trying to peak, and then they're trying to do all their things. I just feel like it's very selfish to make moments about you. And respectfully, Thug, I think that's what you're doing right now.
I think multiple times too. He's done it.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think you're overly aware of like your time is ticking when it comes to like the pop culture, at least like also you got outed with all of them with all of them calls. Listen, we didn't forget. You don't get to throw festivals and think we forgot about that. We also didn't forget about how you did Gunna. We also didn't forget
no. 21 Savage came in like the peacemaker that he apparently is in the streets and said, "Everybody stop." He did the Jonathan Majors. He said, "Stop." He tweeted out some things this past week, and
I don't know how that ended though. I wasn't able to keep up.
Accordingly, it's good. All of them are now tweeting "The Streets Are Dead" or whatever his title is for his album now. All of them are tweeting it. Gonna tweet it out. Yeah, no, like all of the people he added when he was making his little succession of tweets, all of them are basically being like, "The streets are done for," whatever.
I'm just gonna touch on one thing that I think is just so. You guys are wow. The streets were dead when you turned maybe 25, and surely when you turned 28. I know all of you suckers are 34. I don't know when the streets should have been dead for y'all, but honestly, some of y'all's shift to not talking about the streets is about to be very harsh, and some of y'all are not gonna have no careers after this, and that's okay. I advise you guys to go into other forms of money. I think a lot of you have possible marketing things that y'all could do.
Or y'all could become A&Rs.
Or no.
I feel like that's
not at all. No. Wait, who did this list? Hell no. I can't even.
I feel like Gunna would be a good A&R.
Gunna, sure.
I think Gunna will be a good A&R.
Now listen,
21 Savage probably me gonna get a good A&R. But the rest, yes, I would agree with you.
21 is he got Lotto pregnant. Anyways,
that's not what they say.
That's not what they said. You think she's slick. She posted old pictures for Christmas. You're not slick. You knew immediately when you got that pregnancy test, you went and said, "Hey, what's the next couple holidays? We got to go ahead and wrap this up." I think Lotto might.
Pregnancy test.
think Lotto's pregnant. Speculation right now.
Again, but that's what I'm saying. Like, Flo
And
Millie,
21
Callie.
has slowly been posting her.
I'm
So
just,
it's I'm
I'm
like,
tired. At this point,
didn't you
when I
say
get
Big
to
Mom?
listen, when I get to the top, I want y'all to know at this point, this celibacy journey is for me. I'm not giving no more cooter out. It's done. It's done for it. Like, I'm done. I can't risk it. It's too dangerous.
I'm a one kid.
Big Mama
Wait,
probably
right.
gonna adopt because y'all are bullshit.
Oh.
Like, boy, what? What do you mean you're having a kid with somebody who's still legally married?
I think he got married to stay in the States. You know how sometimes they'll do stuff just for the sake of like, because do you remember that time where 21 was having issues with, I don't know why,
Yes,
but he was having issues with
he wasn't born here.
Yeah, Flex was like, you 21 is an oi. I said, all right.
Yeah, that was a crazy
And
thing on the internet.
I always say that would be such a funny Boondocks episode or something.
Oh, for sure.
Where out of nowhere he just started talking with a British accent.
British accent,
and stuff.
yeah. Everybody like, hold up, nigga.
Riley be like,
Bro.
you ain't something.
Then
You ain't
then
American.
he then he shift into that UK drill music. That's when you start going.
Now we got another Central C on our hands. Like, ooh.
No, brother. Well, speaking of the UK
21 pounds.
Speaking
21
of the drill rappers, uniting forces with the USA. Did you see Timothy Chalamet and his wiggle status on with is Get It or who it?
I'm not giving it no type of nothing because you're not about to do this. I'm not.
First of all, I didn't know anything about anything.
There was like the rumor that he was like an undercover rapper. Or
I did not even know who that young man was.
I didn't know who that guy was that they were
I didn't even know who that was. So when they kept saying like, I think Timothy Chalamet, clearly Timothy Chalamet is on his Marty Supreme press tour / Wigga tour, trying to get the Black Vote tour. And so he's doing all kinds of press.
I don't know about my vote.
And he was, but yeah, it's getting a little shakier with this press tour. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm just real. I'm not on that pandering, bro.
Man,
wrap this up. Wrap this up.
It's because he been with the Kardashians.
Wrap it up. Oh, and you know what? Why we on this? No. I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna open up one more tab. Drewski. Drewski.
You can close this out. Take us to commercial on this one.
I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna keep it cute. I'm gonna keep it real. I rock with you. You know, you funny sometimes. I get you. I vibes with you. You cool. One thing though that you keep doing that I'm seeing when you get around other people, I don't know why you're doing this, and this is me I'm very curious. Like, what is this shucking and jiving stuff you're doing when you get around certain people? I just peeped this little instance of like you and Timothy just having a moment. And we all love gospel, right? We all believe, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Okay. But you do this thing where you be like, oh, that's me black. Is this a black man?
You did it all through Justin
You do
Bieber's
this
album.
every time. You do
And I was
this
tired
every
of it.
time.
Yeah, I do
You do
remember
this
that.
every time, and I'm tired, my brother. My brother in Christ. I'm gonna hold your hand when I say this.
You don't have
The
to.
money has already been deposited into your account. Why are you doing all of this? You're giving out black cards for what? No one
First
even
of all,
asked
who
for
gave
that.
you the authority to hand out any cards? Let's start there.
No one gets to hand out any
You don't
cards.
have no
If
card
they're not
processing
black-
systems. To
Bro,
Stop.
we got born with the card automatically for the sake of what we are. You over here doing this whole, this must be a blah, blah, blah. I already hated what you did on Justin Bieber's album. I hated it. I hated it. There's no lukewarmness for me on that. I hated it. You ruined most of the little transitions.
Yeah.
And it also gave you was pandering, my guy. And I'm just curious as to why you're doing this. Again, the check has already been paid. You cool with them already. You don't need to do this. You don't.
You literally don't.
You also are driving us into minstrelsy. So I just want you to know
Some
that
of
as
his
well.
videos
A lot
are
of y'all
starting to lean
TikTok,
into that, yeah. I would agree.
a lot of TikTokers, and I've been saying this since last year with the chicken guy and the gorilla monkey. This whole OMG chicken and OMG, I'm gonna dance every time a plate is brought out. Please. This is
I
what
know who you talking about because I was like, who
and
are you?
I need y'all to stop doing this, bro. Like we not
forgot about
we
that, dude.
we making such a y'all are so progressive that y'all have diluted the meaning of certain things and y'all don't see the connection to it. And I feel like at this point, we're about to we had an option to really be on the up and up. And I feel like with the progressiveness, actually have steps to, actually open up just space where it actually makes sense and also approach things with sense. And now it feels like we're getting to a point where it's like we've had to make a sharp turn back to conservatism and monkey business. And I don't know what, I don't know why. I really don't. It's very
That's fine. I've always wanted to have violence enacted on folks. So, hey.
Yeah. I just had to say that about Juicy because that comment, like, I don't know what he's on with this whole, like, Oh,
It's
gee,
always the same
you
sentence.
know, a
It's the
freaking,
same sentence. Like it's like, you must
and
be
every
black.
time, yeah, you must be 1%. You must be 1% black.
They're 1%. No. Like, please.
That 1% coming out right now. I can see it in the 1%.
You literally
can
can do everything
oh my
that you're
God.
doing. Because I feel like you can still do the, oh, what you know about this type moment without being like, oh, what you know about this? And then say some goofy like, oh, you must be black. Literally
You
just
invited to the cookout.
Right.
cut it off right there at the, what you know about this? And then be like, oh, okay, cool. And then had that little,
okay, culture.
yeah. And then y'all could have had that little moment that y'all had or whatever singing the gospel song.
And what's crazy
doing the in between is the,
bro, what's crazier is, do you see the light that shines in their eyes when he does it? That's what's crazier to me. You're pissing me off. When every time, look at the eyes of the people he talking to. When he was talking to Justin, I know Justin felt butterflies in his heart. He was like,
I got R. Kelly, Diddy, Usher, da 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 da. He said,
Justin probably rubbed his side profile and was like, ooh, he said, I got a little black in me. That is a white boy. And that's okay. Leave it at that. It's really that simple.
What's funny to me, and this is a hell of a pivot, but I feel like they're so like, we're tired of being oppressed for being white. But then in the next breath, they doing everything to not be perceived as a lot of times in the media, especially for those who are entertainers in this. And it's just like, it's very interesting to see that dichotomy, if you will. But I don't really have nothing more than that. Drewski, stop saying that shit. Matter of fact, everybody stop saying that shit. You're not.
Drewski, do better, bro, because I feel like you just you giving off one of them guys that be like, it's just for laughs. And then when folks hit the fan and get too comfortable, now everybody want to sit up here and draw lines. That's not how boundaries are built. So yes, anyways, wrapping that up, just had to say that because let's all do better.
Mm-hmm. And with that, do better. We'll be back after these messages.
Hey, content creators. Today we're going to talk about TubeBuddy. Ever wonder how to get your YouTube videos major exposure and on the main page? Well, TubeBuddy has you, helping you with keywords, thumbnails, and titles. Also having an A/B testing to help you see what your audience likes. It's sure to get you on the main page. Sign up with our exclusive code UNPAID890 or check the link in our bio. TubeBuddy, where creativity meets strategy. Now let's get back to the show. And we are back. Which, doing the things, being great, being awesome. And obviously, you guys know we have a guest, and it is Mr. Leondre Lattimore. So we are going to get into all of the questions and bugging him of the things and forcing him to answer.
Well,
Nobody said you'd be bugging me now.
I'm saying, well, before we start, to ease into it at least, I would love to know how you guys' friendship started. I feel like that would be very interesting to hear. Do you guys know?
Yes.
Me and Danique met at a house party.
Yeah.
It was like, what was that, 2020, 2021, somewhere around that time?
It was 2020, maybe?
Yeah, it probably was, because I feel like I still had on the mask. That's when we was,
Actually, was it 2019 and we went into 2020? I think it actually was towards the end of 2019 and we went into 2020. And by that time, we were wearing masks.
I feel like it had to have been 2020 because I feel like we didn't meet until after I graduated from OCU, which was May of 2020. And I think we met like that fall.
Okay. But yes, at a house party.
Okay. So about 5 years ago, going on 6 in a week. 6 years of
Wow.
It's been on that thing. It said 7.
Danique's getting old, ain't she?
Like I genuinely okay. Right.
Straight comment. Like
I literally have a snap though that says 7 years. So that's why I'm like, I think I'm right. Or whatever. That picture I sent you recently together.
I think I'm right. Well, okay then.
I mean, it's possible
because it gives you the dates. Like it'll be like 7 years ago, whatever.
Is that are you basing it off like when you guys added each other on Snap?
No, I'm saying like because once me and Dre linked, like we started being around each other for a cool minute, and I feel like if we was around each other around this time and it's saying 7 years, then we had to be like cool probably some 4 months prior to us linking. And you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it says 7 years. That's why I'm like, are you sure it's not 29? I don't know.
It's been a long time, nonetheless.
It's been a minute, right?
Yeah, it has.
It's been a minute, nonetheless, which is great. I'm glad. I can't say I've had male friendships that long, so it's always nice. Boy, good niggas are hard to come by as friends. So when you get one, hold on tight.
I'm just kidding.
Whoa,
that's crazy.
On me, I wasn't even gonna do you like that, partner. I ain't gonna do you like that, partner.
It's all right.
That's you guys' dynamic for sure. Very brother sister energy. I admire that about you guys. I will say I would love to know like when's the first time you guys ever collaborated with each other and kind of started intermingling you guys' creativities together.
That's a good question. It'll probably be sometime when I've like modeled for Danique, I'm thinking specifically when we were at the
Talking about the
that
warehouse?
studio. Yeah.
An era.
Yeah, because the warehouse, I left the warehouse in 2021, or the last year was 2021, I think. Might have been 2022. That
Yeah, it's all a blur. It's
all a blur after
yeah,
the
COVID.
pandemic. I'm not gonna hold
COVID
you.
is a blur. Those 3 years, or just 2020 to 2023, you just kind of.
Yeah, that's like all you did was one big ass.
Because funny enough, you guys saying that, I was also thinking of like me and you, because I was like, we were getting closer around that same time as well, before everything kind of hit the fan in 2023. But nonetheless, had started that journey in that time, because I remember the warehouse. I remember like, you know, everything. So that makes sense. So, and creatively, you guys work together. She asked you to model for her first. When was the first time you asked her to do something for you? And let me back up before you answer that. For the people who don't know, Mr. Leondre Lattimore is a very, very, very talented artist. And I'm not talking music artist. I am talking like paint on canvas.
We got Caravaggio on our hands. Y'all know.
A Picasso, a Pablo, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, don't do Picasso. We can't do him. But
okay, what's his name? Basquiat.
Yeah, we got a Basquiat on our hands.
Basquiat.
But he ain't neo-impressionism, y'all. He's like, what would you define yourself as? I want to say like, I wanted to say realism or
yeah. I like to call it American realism specifically.
Okay,
because I'm depicting a specific part of what I consider to be American culture, generally speaking.
I like that. Okay, so for the people that now know, he does painting and the arts. What was my initial question, so I can have you go back and answer that?
It was, I think you were asking when was the first time I asked Danique to do something. It was probably when she modeled for me for like the last solo shot. And you know, it could be another opportunity coming up if a certain someone
literally we've already talked about that, so let's not do that. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. We already got
to bring it up.
I already
let the guest talk. Let the guest talk. Let the guest talk. Say what you were saying, sir.
What I was saying was that, you know, there's an opportunity coming up, and if a certain someone, I'm not gonna say no names.
Yeah,
anonymous. But they know who they are.
Right.
You know.
Right.
And we could have another collaboration very soon that I think would be very, very good. That's all I'll say.
Okay. Well, hey, I'm excited to see that work. I know 2026 has a lot for you, and we're going to get into that. But I just wanted to kind of open up the topic a little bit more and kind of ease us in. I was curious to have the audience know a little bit about you guys' relationship. We've kind of fostered our relationship, obviously, via Danique here in the past year or two. But I think we've been like social media people for some
time. Don't give her too much credit.
I mean, you know, hey, I don't think I ever would have met you in person if without her, because I don't think our friend groups mingled a lot. Or have we met in person before? And I just don't remember, because I am bound to do that.
I feel like we crossed paths before. I've always said that. I feel like I said that before.
Yes, and maybe I don't know. I just didn't think I would ever see. I knew of you on social media. That was like a very parasocial relationship that I would be like, yeah. I knew who that is.
But no, you're right. It is primarily through Danique, so you know, I'll give her back her credit.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna give her little ones and twos. You know, even though she don't like me giving her me my credit. You know, for making her a little soft jelly bean. But that's okay.
You haven't did that, so I need you to stop saying that. But anyways. Moving back to what matters, because she likes to have sort of
because she don't ever let me have it, bro. She don't ever let me have it, so I understand your pain, your plight. Okay, as another person of her friendship,
I give you credit on other stuff. You just want that specific one. I don't know why.
Because you don't admit it. That's the one you don't admit.
It's not nothing to admit. If we're being honest. But let's focus. Let's get back on track, because this lady, she wants to get hit. How it Dre, do you so basically what I want to know, and I think the people want to know, is how you got started with painting. Like, what is the story behind how you got to where you are right now?
How'd you land on American realism too? Yeah.
Well, so actually, I mean, I've been doing art my whole life, honestly, like since I was as young as I could remember. My mom had like little drawings of me, or you know, drawings that I did when I was, you know, in kindergarten, pre-K, that kind of stuff. But
okay.
I mean, I actually started off really like doing a lot of like drawings, like when I was like in middle school and stuff. You know, I would just do stuff, you know, my pastime, like drawing, like, you know,
so you
pictures of like famous
Were you artsy?
famous athletes or something. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I was kind of the artsy kid a little bit. But I didn't really get into painting too much until I don't know, maybe like around high school is the first time I started really exploring it. And I did mostly acrylic painting back then. And by the time I got to college, which is 2016, that's when I really started to explore oil painting more. And I was actually terrified of the idea of doing oil
I
painting
actually
at
remember
first.
that.
Like, yeah, I did not like, I don't know. I didn't think that I would be a person that would do oil paintings, but
Why is
now
that?
that's all I do. You said, why is that?
Yeah.
It was intimidating at first to get in. I mean, it's somewhat of a process. I mean, well, not somewhat. It is definitely a process. Even with like preparation, like how you have to, mix certain colors, and each color has a different like consistency in terms of like how you mix it with things. It's a lot that goes into it. And then also you have to do the whole thing with how long it takes to dry. Like that alone is
A
a
process.
thing too. So yeah.
But you took it
Yeah, oil
on
no
But
joke.
I personally like that
Full by
actually. I think
torn.
that's yeah. And I actually like that though. That's one of the things I ended up enjoying the most about oil paint is how long it takes for it to dry. I think it allows me to work on it more.
Probably slows you down too.
Yeah, and I don't necessarily mind it, honestly.
It's
And
like
I'm
the
at the
same.
point now where I work on more than one painting at a time, so it doesn't really,
Mhm. I definitely would like to touch on that a little bit later, but I want to pivot back to, you mentioned your mom keeping the paintings of you from those ages. Do you feel like your parents really cultivated that artsy side of yourself? Like growing up, you were just like, my parents didn't be like, no, you need to go to law school. No, you need to be a
I would
mathematician.
say, if you ask my mom, she'd probably say that she was always supportive of it and stuff. But I feel like it was definitely points in time where she was definitely more like, maybe consider being a doctor or going to law school. And
Mhm.
I mean, to be fair, it wasn't like something I was completely opposed to either. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Because obviously that's you hear about those being the kind of professions that make money and stuff.
Right.
So of course, I was gonna consider it. But
Yeah.
I think like what really did it for everyone, that kind of just like solidified it was me getting like a full ride to LSU. So it's like I got to go there and not have to worry about anyone having to help me pay for school or nothing like that. So
What was the process of
yeah,
that getting to OCU though? Like, what were your, I guess, like steps you were taking while you were in high school? Like, was that like the school you were looking at, or did you have other schools you were looking at initially?
I had other schools I was looking at, and I actually wanted to. I was gonna pivot more into like graphic design. Actually, coming out of high school,
What?
I wanted
What?
to go to Virginia Commonwealth University. That was like the school that I really, really wanted to get into, and I didn't get accepted. And like I was, considering a number of different things in terms of like what I would go to like school for. But I was in like an art show like my senior year in high school, and some guy from my OCU at the time, he like saw my work and he invited me to just like apply for the like just apply to the school because I actually didn't want to go to school in state. That was another thing I was
No
kind of
one
determined
does.
I was
Boy,
kind of determined to leave Oklahoma at the time.
boy,
I
I
So
was
think
trying to
everybody
get cut
was.
out of here. Boy, I
Everybody
had to
was trying to
come
get the hell up out of
back.
here, boy. What?
and then,
Hell
let
yeah.
alone like OCU, like being pretty much right up the street from where, I grew up, which is on the, east side of Oklahoma
Yeah.
City. So
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah,
that's right.
that, I was a little reluctant at first, but I ended up
Yeah.
applying and then I got a art scholarship and then also got a Claire Looper scholarship, which is what the
Which
full
is my
ride ended up
family.
being. Yeah.
Whoop.
Yeah. So that's how I ended up going to OCU and it ended up working out, obviously. But yeah, that's the story that led up to that. So yeah, it wasn't planned at all, so
Usually never is. But do you feel
yeah.
like it was, like you said, it was worth it? Did you know it at the time, like while you were doing everything, and how it's led up to maybe even like now? Did you feel that you knew it was gonna work out?
Oh, oh, definitely. I think once I got like the scholarship, like just even like the legacy of Clara Looper and, being someone from the East Side, understanding like how important that legacy is and
Right.
then to like being able to invite that, going to school and holding a scholarship in her name, like meant a lot to me. So, I always felt like I was where I was supposed to be. And I'm a firm believer. Sometimes you have to like really trust the process and let things, you know, go as they may sometimes and just kind of go with the flow and let things happen. And I think as long as you're staying focused on like your goals, then it's a little bit of you have a little bit of leeway to let things just kind of happen naturally. That's how I see it.
Right.
It's easier said than done sometimes, but for
Well,
me it's kind of worked out. So
no, I feel that. I definitely feel that. I think the other part of it that I definitely was curious about is like, do you ever wonder like, what if I would have left? Like, what would that path have been like? Do you ever think of that?
Oh yeah, I think of that all the time, honestly.
Really?
Do you think it would have been
Yeah.
the same?
What'd you say?
Do you think it would have been like the same route, or like you still would have ended up like everything that you've accomplished right now? Do you still think you would have got to this point? I guess in a somewhere different.
I mean, if you
'Cause
ask
I've
me, I'm
been,
gonna say yes, obviously, because I feel like I was going. Like one thing about me, I feel like my ambition was gonna be,
I get it.
stars,
If you feel like you're gonna pop anywhere, then it is what it is. The
Uh-huh, I
hustle be
feel
the
that.
hustle. I feel that.
but
It's very
I think it was definitely something like special about it kind of being literally close to home, like literally. But yeah, I guess to answer that question, I do think about sometimes like what it would have been like if I'd have went somewhere else, and
yeah.
like the type of connections I would have made there and like where those things would have like taken me, you know what I mean? And
Mhm.
would I've ever had like come back to Oklahoma City, like who knows, that kind
Yeah.
of thing.
I think about it in the
We still have a
inverse.
lot of life left to live too, so a lot of things can still happen even from
I
now
agree.
moving forward.
I agree.
You never know.
We are old. No, I'm just kidding. With that though, and as someone who was kind of around during the time, I know well, and you can correct me if I'm wrong. I know that we discussed kind of imposter syndrome a couple years ago. I feel like that was something that was kind of a part of, not necessarily a part of your college experience in whole, but there were moments that I think that I remember a couple conversations from few years ago where we did talk about it. Do you feel like you have that now, imposter syndrome?
No, not anymore. I definitely feel like some I was able to overcome. Um,
Okay, and that leads
I,
me to my next. How did you?
I mean, I think at some point, like I was saying, when things just keep falling into place, and people are like recognizing you and giving you like compliments by your work, that kind of stuff. You get accepted with things. At some point, you have to like, you know, you have to believe your own hype. So it's
That's
just
what I
like,
did.
so it's. And
Yeah,
I obviously I still have so many, more goals that I want to accomplish. But I think up to this point, I feel like again, like just just believing that I'm, right where I'm supposed to be, and really embracing that. So,
just
um,
to let the audience know a little bit more about kind of these accomplishments that you're talking about. Leondre recently, literally, I'm not even joking, guys, probably not even a whole month ago, just got named 30 under 30 for the Forbes list, or in the Forbes list, 30 under 30, right?
yes, that's
He was
that's
on
right.
our
That's right.
And
Oklahoma
he was one of
Insight
the only
segment.
people from Oklahoma on there. They had my man's picture next to Shay Alexander. Okay. The Bennies was calling, the people was hollering. Okay.
Okay.
And so I had to just say that. I remember it's awesome. I feel like sometimes being a part of people's stories in the back. And I remember obviously I was over at the crib and you were like,
Mhm.
what the hell is this? And I don't know if I should do this. And I think this is fake. And I was like, and go
I
ahead and
did
do
think it
it.
was fake
And
at first. I
yeah,
wasn't
and it was
lying.
the whole thing. We had a whole chat about it, and he did it. And then I went over there again, and he said something like, "I don't think I got it." And I told him, "Be quiet. You don't know what you got. They haven't said nothing. They haven't. Nothing ain't happened." And then he got that email. He said he got it. So, yeah, I just want. I don't know. It's just awesome to
So was it is
see
that
the behind the
application
scenes.
process, or is like how does that work?
Well, I got nominated for it, and that was what she was talking about. That initial email that I thought
Oh,
was,
okay.
was
All
fake.
right.
Because I was like, it was an editor that reached out to me from Forbes, and they were like, "You got nominated for this. Would you be interested in answering questions for us?"
Okay.
Blah blah blah. And that's why I was like, "Well, what is this?" I was like it's like somebody trying to farm information from me or
Trying to get.
something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's funny.
But like, I did my fact checking and I
Yeah.
looked at the editor and found them and saw that it was legit. So that's when I was like, okay, yeah, I'll do
That's
it.
awesome.
And
That's
so
really
yeah, I answered like a lot of questions that they had basically, and
Mhm.
I'm sure it was a combination of that and then seeing like
Yeah.
my portfolio
And he
and other
was
stuff.
our very first Oklahoma Insight segment where we highlighting people here in the state period that are doing amazing things, and that right there is probably top notch
I appreciate that.
thing that you can do. And I feel like to like she said, just to be in people's orbit to experience.
Bro, because imagine I'm trying to be, how many y'all the homies in Santorini? We need to be up in clubhouses and we need to come over. Where you at? I'm in a penthouse. Okay, I'm
Bro,
coming to
man
the-
said that the other day. I was like,
I need all my
I
friends.
was like, hey, you
That's
can stay
why
in the guest house,
everybody
bro,
that
for
I'm
sure.
hanging around, bro, we are on the same wavelength. And it's like, it's awesome to be able to see the behind the scenes that everybody else don't get to see. Because when I seen it, I said, I know that guy. I watched him through the app. like,
Yeah.
I was right there. Like,
it's me. It's me. That was really, really cool. Well, not to take up too much more of your time, I just had a few more questions. But firstly, it's almost freaking 2026. What
It's true.
do you have in store for the new year that you can share with us? Or just get
Yeah,
people
I have a show that I'm gonna be in coming up in February. Actually, it'll be at the Oklahoma Hall of Fame. You'll start seeing some more information about it coming up, but it'll be a group show that I'll be in. And I'm excited for that because I'll get to be in it with some of my favorite artists that I've actually followed for a while. And
Are they familiar?
getting to show my work with them. Yeah, they are. It'll be all local artists.
Nice.
So
That's really exciting. I think our art scene, Oklahoma period is, as a creative, we've said this in our first season, is at a renaissance right now. A lot of great talent is popping off. So that's gonna be super exciting. We definitely will include the deets when we get the chance on our socials. So I'm excited for that. What else, man? What else you got working? Is that the only thing you can tell?
well, no, I mean I can talk a little bit about other stuff. I mean, I guess from like the project management side of things, we're working on the new arena, with the city. And,
You gotta tell the people what you
our
do.
project.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
like,
since people are not aware, we only introduced you as a painter. My bad, guys. This guy is also a project manager savant. Like, I don't know. Go ahead. Where you work?
Okay.
No, actually, don't say.
I wasn't trying to say it, but I was gonna be like, can you allude to who you like?
Yeah. I was gonna say, that's why I said just project management, like over art.
Yeah. Just do some project management. So we have some big projects coming up, and I get to be involved with helping with the process for the public art that'll go along with it. So
nice.
Yeah, that's exciting. I'm looking forward to that.
Make sure to include digital media.
Oh,
he's like, no, we can't do that. That's fair. That's okay. What else do you have in store? I guess like paintings wise, like, are you getting inspired by anything that's like inspiring your art at this very moment?
I don't know if there's anything like specifically that's like I can like allude to at this moment, but I'm always inspired by lots of different things at all times. I'm always writing down ideas and taking notes
At the same
stuff. And like I said earlier, there is one big idea that I would like to see, actually happen. If a certain someone would
more shade. Eyes.
we'll pull it together.
Looks. Side eye. Bombastic.
Right. Right. I'm with you. We're here. What did Neely say? We are here. We see each other. Like, yeah. I see you. You see me. I see you.
We seeing each other.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have anything else to bombard and annoy you with. I guess we'll get right into our last segment, which is the pulse. It's basically a segment in which we're introducing books, TV, music, that you feel the people need to know about. If you have any books, any TV, or anything that like recently, like, bro, you need to put the people on about this. This is so good. I know for myself, going first, Mr. Ryan Trey. Did I mention this last week?
I feel like you did.
Did I?
I feel like you did.
I couldn't remember if I did or not. Like, I was like, did the people?
I don't know. We could have talked about it off the record, but I don't know. But
I can't remember if it was on the record or off the record because we did talk about it. But either way, I'm gonna say it again. Y'all need to go talk to that man and see what music he putting out because it's fire. It's fire. Okay. He has switched genres a little bit. He does make Christian content now, but it's genuinely, it sounds the same. Like, it doesn't, there's nothing really different. I feel like obviously the lyrics.
Did you say who it was?
Ryan Trey.
Oh, Lotion make to him.
No.
If you already know me and you have been listening to him. So when he made I honestly didn't know that he made that pivot until we talked about it, and I heard
popped up on my For You page. I like sometimes like the it's easier to scroll.
Also handsome, holla at me. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. But got it. But I definitely feel
Yeah.
that I'm okay with a lot of artists making this pivot. I feel like we did talk about this because we talked about Tim's.
No, we talked about Tim's initially, not an episode. That was a separate. You mix it too. But either way, that's who I feel like I wanted the people to know about. And whether it's 2 weeks in a row, it's 2 weeks in a row. Leondre, book, TV, music, anything that you feel like the people just like need to know about. It's like, oh my gosh, you guys have to get into this team.
I don't know how popular this TV show is, but I just finished The Lowdown, the first season. I don't know if
A classic.
y'all have heard of it.
I have not watched that.
You never watched The Lowdown?
Mm-mm. Once they said that it got canceled, it made me not.
No, not the Get Down, The Lowdown show.
Wait,
just came
The
out.
Lowdown is about what?
The Lowdown in FX.
It's the one
we shot here. Yeah. Okay, no, I'm with you.
It takes place in Tulsa. What's the guy? Ethan Hawke plays this journalist who's investigating this like murder that he thinks. Well, it's like a suicide that's like what it's ruled as, but he thinks it's like a murder and stuff. So it's like the whole first season is pretty much investigating that, and the family behind like the whole thing is like really rich and powerful in Tulsa. So it's like
okay,
stuff that goes into that, but yeah, it kind of has like some like comic relief to it too. So it's
which is Sterling Harjo's
Keith David is in here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and Sterling Harjo, for the people that don't know, is a very well-known Oklahoma native who initially was an author and artist in that and a writer in that space, and then he eventually moved into the screenwriting space, writing native TV show called Reservation Dogs, and that really blew up on FX, and that was also one of the first shows TV-wise that came to the state. I know for myself, I definitely have been wanting to get on because that's literally the only TV show that we have, and my focus is television, not movies.
Right.
So hopefully you guys will see me on season 2 of The Lowdown, at least behind the camera.
When we speak things up on here, that should come true. So yeah,
I would love to be in the producers team for that. So, or a writer's assistant, something.
Yeah. So it's like if y'all listening right now, we got you one right here.
We got a whole group right here that out here that you can get graphics, visuals, photography, screenwriting,
whatever you like.
Right.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Like come through. We'll take care of you, baby.
Okay. But that's a good one. That was a good one. I haven't watched it yet. It is on my list. But I have heard it's really good, so I'm excited. And there's a lot of people on the show as well.
Yeah, a lot of good actors. That's what I was.
A lot of local actors.
Pleasantly surprised to see some good actors on there.
Some good faces. Do you see some like known faces and like from here?
Yeah, well, from here specifically, I'm trying to think. I'm not sure who all is from here, but I think I was just thinking about some people like Peter Dinklage, for example, because I love Game of Thrones, so
me too.
Obviously like seeing, and obviously he's been in a lot of other good stuff too, but like that's like my big thing for him. So Keith David is in it, obviously.
Yes.
So he's a good exactly. So
I'm not gonna be.
I feel like seeing actors like that, and obviously them being present in Oklahoma, being here, been in a show like that. Yeah. I love to see it.
The day Keith David go, that's gonna be when y'all gonna see me boo-hoo like a real nigga, because he voices a lot of like voice act, like animation that I really, really, really enjoy.
Hey, well, hopefully it won't be no time soon. He looks good for his age.
Man, I'm not gonna lie to
you. Look good on the show.
We've been losing a lot of greats here recently, and that shit.
We have lost a lot of voice actors here recently.
Yes, I'm like, that's why I'm like, I'm not.
We lost the one that did Marge. We lost the one that did Doug Dimmadome. We lost someone else that I'm missing.
I think, we lost one of the anime voice. It was early in the year. He passed. I think it was for Pokemon or something. It was a voice actor for the Pokemon shit. Somebody in that area passed away. Yeah.
But recent ones, was like kind of crazy.
Yeah. So those only.
And Marge. And Marge. That's what I'm forgetting. Marge from The Simpsons.
You said that.
No, Doug Dimmadome, Marge, and then
you said Marge. I heard you say Marge.
I don't know. But regardless, we
you didn't say what you listened to, ma'am. Or what's your thumb on the pulse about?
Yeah, I know. I was gonna say it. My take, and I don't know if you guys know who this is, but I've been reading his book here recently, and I feel like it's definitely shifting my outlook on design in general. Bruno Manari, are you familiar with his work? No?
That
Anyone?
sounds familiar.
I was about to say you should know because you just bought a book by him that I was like, when I seen it and I tripped out, you showed it to me. You have a book recently that you just got that's by him. But if you don't know, I will inform you. Bruno is an Italian artist and designer and inventor. He contributed a lot to visual arts, painting, sculpture, film, industrial design, graphic design. He's just an awesome guy. Okay. And he has a book that I feel like every designer or artist or anyone who's making products, engaging with products, interacting with products or whatever should read. And it is called Design as Art. I feel like
what are some takeaways you feel like you've got?
my God, I was so geeked reading this. I was like, OMG, I'm such a nerd for real. And I was getting excited about this stupid stuff because
Finished it?
no, I haven't finished it just yet.
I was like,
dang, you got to
wasn't that
the
far.
no. I'm like probably getting near the middle. But one of the things that I feel like that he said that just really struck something with me is the idea of he basically said like there are obviously we know there are different sectors of art. Everything is not going to be the same, whether it's visually like and the intent of it is all going to be different. But he has a very like things have a purpose and they have a use. And yes, it could be just visually aesthetics, but 9 times out of 10 the things came about because there was a purpose for it. And he uses like a vase as one of the things, like maybe a vase that we them huge big old vases that we see sometimes that people put like random stuff in it. It's like usually like floral decoration, stuff like that. But he was like, even stuff like that, it looks nice for us, but at some point that stuff was being used to carry water across villages, like certain stuff like that of just having that there was a reason for this bigger than just it looking away and making you feel away. And I feel like right now with this, like how everyone has access to so many things, and whether it's digital, whether it's actual like mediums like art or painting or whatever it is, it's just I think it is very fundamental for you to understand that everything has a purpose and to zone in on that and continue with that. Like everything can't get muddled with each other. And I feel like because I have multiple mediums, for me sometimes it gets like everything can kind of get muddy. Yeah. So like with him, it's just reading his take on stuff. It's like very like, oh, okay, this is definitely
New
making
perspective shift.
Yeah, it is also like confirming certain things that I had as far as like maybe all of these things, yeah, they're cool as far as like there are intersections, but all of them cannot be approached the same way. And I'm going to have to be in a flow state in order to understand what each one looks like and be okay with, it being different sometimes if it is. So yeah, I say you guys pick up a book. That's what I'm telling y'all. Pick up a damn book. I know y'all don't know what those are anymore, but no.
Half-price books. There's a local one that you can go to for free. They even have an application. You don't even gotta go.
I'm honestly not a fan of like reading on digital stuff. Like I'm learning like if I will if I need to, and that's all I have access to for real. But I genuinely like a good old paperback.
I like a paperback book when it's a book that I know I want to reread multiple times. I've come to find that.
Yeah, because I'm highlighting in this book.
Correct. And so I feel like because I've had multiple book collections and I've just lost them throughout moves and stuff. This next one, even with comics and stuff, like they have to be like genuinely ones that these are forever going to be a part of my collection, and I can do whatever, writing them, scrapping them, whatever.
Especially
I'm never gonna give
like,
it away. I'm never gonna it's like these are my babies forever. But I was gonna say, you said something that made me think of what I was reading in one of my books about screenwriting and how it sometimes can get very convoluted, and a lot of times all of the dialogue and all of the scenes and all of the movement need to move the story forward. Like, and if it's a scene that doesn't move the story forward, it's not a useful scene. And so that just made me think of that in concept. But sometimes even my struggle is when I'm writing a scene, like my brain can't shut off the producer, it can't shut off the actor, it can't shut off all these other things.
And it's so crazy how you you think like that's not shifting too much of
At all, yeah.
maybe how you're like doing the stuff, but then it's like you will have a moment where it's like, oh, that's definitely affecting how I'm like getting the workout. Especially when you have to have multiple hats. I feel like in 2022, that's when I was like, I'm actually about to jump off a cliff. I think the level of trying to balance multiple titles was just overwhelming. And it felt like I was
Actually,
always
no, same. That was the
working.
subtle home stuff because I was
It just
doing
felt like you were
multiple
always
things.
working on something, trying to problem solve something, doing something.
I didn't
And
enjoy
I
it
realized
anymore. It was not fun anymore. I was losing
I'm not
the
gonna
passion for it. At least with
right.
subtle
And
home.
right. I definitely recently realized how much anxiety I had within the last couple of years of creating or trying to create. And now I'm in this space where I'm like, I'm not feeling anything. And at first I was like, damn, does this mean I don't want to do the thing anymore? And then I was like, wait, hold on. I don't think that's it. I think this is just like maybe where you need to be at. Like maybe this is just what it feel like when you're not stressed. And then I was like, damn, was I that stressed? And then I was like, damn, girl, yeah, you was kind of too on a little bit. You was very much like
when you're spinning the 50,000 plates and you're only spinning like 5, it's a total different feeling, but it also feels like, let me pick up like 25 more plates real quick. Like, let me just,
no, yes.
like,
I'm used to dealing with
like, I know
multiple
I can
things.
do it, but if in reality, when you were doing it, you really weren't doing it. Like, like I really wasn't doing it. Yeah, no, I would agree with that. 2022, it was so many 18-hour credit, 18 hours trying to graduate, literally a booming business that was taking off that people still to this day ask me about. And I'm like, and I think I even have anxiety now, honestly. I was accepting that a week or two ago about subtle home of like going back to it and picking things back up and what does that look like perception wise. But then I was just kind of like, I don't give a fuck. Niggas just ask me about it. Like, put the out.
And also you don't have to acknowledge. I noticed too with me, like you don't never have to acknowledge a lull.
I think, in my mind, I feel like
it doesn't make, if we're being honest, it doesn't even make sense to.
It doesn't, considering how I left it, right? I left on deployment. That's like I get that in theory, but like to the storyline of it all, I think is probably where mind is sometimes where it's like that is marketable.
And from that standpoint, I can't really be mad at that. But
I do get your point of like, is it worth it sitting down and doing like a litter and being like, oh, we were just gonna no, I would, I don't think so. But
I'm not doing that. Once I get back on photo stuff, it's just boom.
It is what it is. Like,
I'm not really
share, about comment, subscribe.
Yeah, like, and even the other one that I can't say just yet. I need to get my ducks in a row with that. But yeah, I'm very appreciative of the space that I'm in right now when it comes to my firmness and my vision and being okay with what that looks like on the grand level. Because there will be some lulls. There will be some like, okay, I got to get my foot in. I got to tie my shoes in order to take off running. Like my shoes ain't tied right now. So, yeah, I don't know, Bruno.
Good vibes.
Yeah, read the book, you guys. Honestly, I feel like that helped my perspective with some things. And also I think changing my mindset of like, hey, anytime you feel away, this is inspiration because you're really eager to work. I know sometimes, especially with comparison, you know how we see people's stuff and they be like, damn, I should have, I could have, da-da-da. And it's like, hey, you just love the thing. It's okay. You can still love the thing. Go do the thing now. If you're going to do the thing.
Yeah. I've been using that as a tool of like, instead of allowing that thought path to kind of like really flourish, I just grab it and then I go, that's not true. You can do the things. Or Kier, if you really feel this way, get your ass up and quit scrolling and go make the con. Back with our last and final segment where we have Mr. Dre on talking to us. Y'all can't call him Dre. It's Leondre to y'all.
Voice Leondre to everybody except me, but go ahead.
Right.
Like, whoa, I don't think
I'm the only one who call him that. Like, correct me if I'm wrong.
I mean, you've called him like that to me, so that's why I call him. I don't really ever say Leondre. That's why I say Dre, because that's how we talk about him in conversation. So
whatever, to everybody else.
All of a sudden now, niggas can't say it except her, y'all. But okay, anywho, Leondre.
I know everybody else. Like, yeah, go ahead. That was a little extra. I didn't mean it that way, but okay. Go ahead.
We are talking about our Be So For Real segment. Is essentially where you can either talk to yourself about something you need to be so for real about, or you can talk to the people. Niggas have addressed Taco Bell workers. Niggas have addressed Wingstop workers. You know, who you ever deem fit to be so for real. Yeah. Do you want to start? Or I can take it away.
Can I talk about how people be driving? Does that count?
Yes, go for it.
I feel like, I don't know if there's something in the air or in the water perhaps, but the way people have been driving lately has been absolutely horrendous. And I know this is unrelated to anything we've been talking about on here, but I just, I feel like that's just worth bringing up because it's actually been like, I feel like there's nothing that makes me a bigger proponent of like public transportation more than people and the way that they drive.
And Oklahoma has
Like, if for no other reason than to just not have to drive with people on the road, like that's all I need to be like, yes, please give me more public transportation. Like, Lord have mercy, I'm begging you.
Oof.
But yeah, I guess that would be my thing. Horrible drivers is just something that can really ruin your day.
It can. I definitely think it can. Mostly, I think it's because we got a lot of transplants now, too. They just don't know where they're going. And they just be on the roads doing whatever.
I don't even think that's it, really. I think everybody here just don't know how to drive. But yeah, shout out to y'all transplants that are coming here and ruining it up for us. Thank you, all of you. Go back to where y'all came from.
That.
From a Okie, born in Oklahoma. I need y'all to go back where y'all came from.
Because the running of the red lights is crazy.
The running of the red lights, I actually think it's people from here, from being honest. I don't know. That happened after the pandemic. Folks started doing that. I don't know what that was.
Yeah, I don't know.
Lack of critical thinking.
Yeah, like it's gotten worse. Like I'll smooth, like, wait a second at a green light because it's unpredictable for real, for real. But that's a good one because yeah, sometimes that could really ruin your day. And I could see you just as a painter, going in the lab and just getting real Jackson Pollocky if you needed to. So good one. That's a good one, friend. Do you have a be so fucking true?
I literally don't have one.
Okay, might be so fucking.
You said boo.
Oh.
Yes.
You know what might be so actually, I do have one. I have one now. Everyone who likes to irritate me for the sake of their joy.
Oh, here we go.
I'm gonna give it to y'all. I really am. So keep on. And we'll figure out who at the end of the day wins. Because I promise you I'll do a good job at pissing people off.
You know what this sounds like? It sounds like the evil villain. I shot the last laugh and the last laugh.
I literally be chilling like a villain. And here comes somebody trying to piss me off. Like, what's that about? Y'all be so for real. What's that? What are y'all doing? What do I do to you for you to want for me to react this way? I don't know. Me so for real, though, I give it to y'all every time, though. We'll see who ends with a smile on their face, because I promise you, it's always me. I promise you. I'll give it to you if you're looking for it. So that's my be so for real. You come pestering me, baby. I send it back.
Right,
I mean, clearly, this. I mean, we already started off pretty wonky. Folks talking about some extra stuff. All I said was,
what? No,
only person I discussed is all I said was, I'm the only one who falls in that. Because I literally was like piggybacking off of a whole conversation. It was like, it got turned into something else. But you know what?
Because it came up like you were saying, I couldn't say it. I was like,
yes,
well,
whatever.
that's strange after I just said it.
Yeah, anyways.
Oh, brother. No, she just. You know that commercial, the Snickers commercial?
Oh, let's not do that. Let's not do that.
She just need a nap, though. She need a Snickers.
Let's not do that.
Nap. And so when you just a little sleepy.
Fuck your Snickers.
I mean, it don't gotta be a Snickers.
And I don't need a nap. I would prefer one, but we're here. So, hey. Anyways, what's your be so for real? All right. See, we're starting.
So what is my be so for real? I forgot. Be so for real. I think is we are about to enter the new year. It's time to hone in, lock in, square in, zone in, all the things, continue doing the things. I think also too, just being kind to myself, continue to do that. I need to continue like ramping that side up a little bit more. As much as I do often be like, you got to do better, you got to do more, you got to do this, you got to do that. Just being a little bit more kind to myself in that regard. So I will be so for real with some self-love. That's what we got to do. Because a lot of things are happening. Things are going. Consistency in a lot of areas. There's programs to get to. So I'm just gonna be so fucking fur with that. And with that being said, y'all, we are going to get here. This has been Unpaid Invoices. I have been your lovely host, Kiara Webster.
And it's the Nick Say.
And this has been another episode of I almost said another episode of Poor Minds.
Oh jeez. Thanks and shout out to our lovely guest, Leondre, for coming on.
Thank you.
And maybe we'll do this one time in person just so you guys can really see the antics. Until then, stay tuned, stay locked in, make sure you follow us, like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time.